各位家长、各位辅导员们，晚上好！欢迎来到全球青少年互助联盟2022年秋季辅导培训暨征文颁奖典礼。
Good evening. Today we are going to have our GSSYA 2022 Fall Session Tutor Training and Writing Competition Award Ceremony.
请各位家长和辅导员的Zoom麦克风都能静音。我们接下来会有答疑环节，如果有问题，请在Zoom的聊天室里提问。为了保护大家隐私，会议期间禁止拍照和录像。
Please mute and turn off your microphone. Please do not record or take photos during the duration of the ceremony.
我们今天的会议一共会有5个板块：1、致谢词；2、辅导员培训；3、leader 分享；4、家长分享；5、颁奖仪式。
Today we are going to have 5 chapters. The first chapter will be welcoming speech and appreciations. The second chapter will be tutor training. The third chapter will be leader speech. The fourth chapter will be parents appreciations. The fifth chapter, last but not least, is awarding moments.
首先来到我们的第1个板块，致谢词。下面请大家观看一个 GSSYA 的介绍视频。
Now we are going to watch a video of GSSYA intro video.
So you clicked on the video. Good job, because your life's going to be changed. For those of you who want volunteer hours, you can get them just by keeping the things that you love. And for those of you who want to learn something, you can learn anything in the whole wide world for free at GSSYA. And there's no need to feel intimidated or scared because everybody there is super fun and friendly. And overall, it's just an amazing environment and everybody has something to gain. It's a win-win situation. For example, in my experience, I went into tutoring with tons of worries thinking, what if I mess up? Or what if someone asks me a question that I don't know? But none of that really happened because the things that you tutor are the things that you most specialize in and that you like the most. And all of the students that you're teaching are basically in the same age range as you. So it's not really like school at all. It's more like talking amongst a group of friends. So overall, the experience is amazing, and I totally recommend you to check it out. So click the link in our description for a 50% off. Just kidding. Why? Because it's free. Awesome, right? Remember? Yeah. So click the link in our description that leads you to our website where you can learn more about us, or you can sign up to be a student or a tutor and get notified by our recent events. So click the link right now and change your life for the better. So you clicked on
Responsibility and duty.
我们提供了这个平台，负责和认真就是我们的责任和使命。既然大家都选择了做这个职务，那对我们的学生负责就是我们的义务。我们提供了这个机会，通过辅导，大家也可以积累教学经验，巩固自己的知识，达到了教学相长的目的。
Responsibility and duty.
这是我们3.0版本的网站。我们青少年社区一起分享多元化和学术交流。我们为7到29岁的孩子们准备了丰富多彩、引人入胜、有意义的活动和学术辅导，期待帮助孩子们培养领导力、沟通能力和生活技巧，并能支持他们的学业、就业和心理健康，尽快融入加拿大社会。
Youth can change the world. What are you looking for? GSSYA is a platform where we share, help, and support. As a student, you can get volunteer hours and tutoring classes. As a parent, you can have a place to communicate experiences. And us, as a community, we help each other. GSSYA help youth share multicultural and build their leadership, communication, and life skills, as well as free tutoring to support kids in their education, employment and career development, mental health, and justice system navigation. As a family and community, we share, help, and support. GSSYA was founded in 2019. Since then, we have gotten 397 students, 427 tutors, and more than 4,136 hours.
欢迎大家填写这个辅导日志。今天的辅导会议记录1公小时即可。
You are welcome to fill in the counseling log for today's counseling. Just record the volunteer hours.
下面开始辅导员培训，请看视频。
Now we are going to watch a video on tutor training.
Hi guys, welcome to the info session for GSSYA fall term. I will briefly introduce who we are, and I'll go over some policy stuff and some tutorial for our classroom platform. First off, I'll start by briefly introducing myself and our organization. My name's Thomas. I'm leader for all the tutors. So if you have any questions, feel free. I'll always be in the main session every time when we're having classes. Every Sunday, I believe, 6 o'clock. And the GSSYA is a nonprofit volunteering organization for peer tutoring and some extracurricular stuff. Here are the 2 email addresses you'll need for basically everything. The first one, ssytutor@gmail.com. That one's for more general stuff. For example, information on our classes, on our schedules and stuff. The second one, attendance, is, as you can tell, it's mostly attendance. It's GSSYA, the word attendance@gmail.com. That one is mostly for, as I said, if you're gonna miss a class or if you're gonna be late or something, you're gonna receive stuff from here, and I'll go over more specifically as we go on. So I believe these links will be shared in the chat shortly. So yeah, I'll just go over what they are. The first one is called our tutor log. You have to complete this after each and every single class. Please do so we can have a proof of that you're actually doing something here. And you can see here, there's something called the lesson outline. I'm sure most of you don't know what this is. I have an example here. So it's basically your lesson outline, what you taught in the class and all that sort of stuff. Here is an example from an English reading class. So basically what we are looking for is, you can see how the lesson is split into parts. And there's, for example, the first bit will be reviewing stuff you learned last week. And the middle bit will be the new stuff. And you can end with some questions and writing stuff. It doesn't have to be exactly like what I just showed you guys. Personally, I prefer using slideshows because I feel like it's easier. That's also fine. You can just attach it right here. Just attach it right here. The second link you'll need is the attendance submission. This is last year's form, but it's going to look exactly like this. So every time before you're going to be absent, let me say this again. You don't have to complete this one every single time, but you do have to complete this one, the log, everything after every single class. But for this one, the attendance form, you only submit it when you're going to be late or absent. And I'm sure you'll receive this link shortly in the chat. So now I'll go over our policies. It's fairly simple. First, try not to be late. Try to be on time, or preferably 5 to 10 minutes earlier before our class starts. So if anything happens, we can let you know. And if you have to be absent, you can only have a maximum of 3 times. And that's submitting the form beforehand. You can only have 3 absence. And if you're absent without telling us or submitting the form, then you'll be disqualified from this term immediately, because we have plenty of other tutors waiting in line. If you're not responsible, you'll be disqualified immediately. And as for late, same goes for late. Please don't be late, be punctual, and preferably earlier. If you have to be late, please, again, submit the form beforehand. And you can also have, same goes for late, so you can have a maximum of 3 times of late. And say if you're going to be late for more than 15 minutes, just say you're going to be absent. So as for your responsibilities, you can always make your student turn on their camera if you feel like it. And also I'll go over how to use our classroom platform. So once you've logged on to Zoom, first off, please log in with an email address, and please use the email address you've provided us with. And after you're on the meeting, in the main session, you can see a button called Join Breakout Room, I believe on the bottom right corner of your screen. And click on that. There's going to be a list of your classrooms. And I've sent you an email for your classroom numbers, and just choose your own classroom. And yeah, that's basically how you access your classroom. It's fairly simple. Yeah, that's basically it. And good luck to all, and hope you all have a great session.
现在我们的辅导模式有2种，一个是 tutor 和学生选择一个新的知识点教授的模式。辅导员给学生上课之前，需要按照我们的 fall session 的课时，准备一个完整且清晰的教学大纲和课本。在上课之前，准备好每堂课的课件。教学时，辅导员按照科目传授给学生的应该是准确且正确的知识点和学术用语。在上课的时候，辅导员和学生之间也应该有适当的互动。辅导员和学生都需要开摄像头。学生应当记笔记。辅导员在自己讲之外，也要时常提问。课后，辅导员要给学生留作业，要递交 tutor log、附教学大纲和 PPT。我们的 leader 会定期抽查，不符合标准的，义工家长会进行单独谈话。
New academic tutoring mode. Organized sessions formatting. Tutors will split each session into 3 or 2 parts with clear areas of focus. Depending on your subject and the needs of your students, those areas are flexible. They must be prepped well beforehand, as well as organized. We'll discuss the criteria for organization in greater detail for later. For example, language tutors can split the sessions into audio, grammar, and vocabs. Topics can be customized to fit each student using the language example. Maybe they would like help with homework on a particular day, or perhaps looking to improve verbal communication specifically. Though even with your choice of topics, we require a clear structure of what you're teaching and for you to practice beforehand. We also recommend scheduled revisits of previous topics as well as diagnoses. These should be planned for in the lesson, meaning you'll know when you'll do them, every other week's monthly etc. As well as how many parts it'll take your session. It'll take, say your lessons are split into 3 parts. It would take up all 3 parts, the beginning only, or 2 parts and leave the last as a lesson. Provide a hard copy of each of your lessons. This can either be a shared doc that your student will work through along with your lesson, or a private doc for you to record all the activities that you plan to use in a lesson. Everything from homework, instructions for each exercise, videos that will be watched, as well as any other resources that should be recorded on this Google Doc. Knowing that a vague summary is not the point here, this isn't a brainstorm doc, but instead a checkpoint to ensure that lessons are well planned and also for us to judge your engagement. Even if you choose to keep yours as a private document, it is still required for you to write all questions that you plan on using, in order of how you will teach them, organized in clear, specific topics. Example, fractions, multiplication, understanding decimal digits, ratio word problems. Specificity is important for us, as your work will be shared and checked by us for quality purposes. This planning plays equal importance to your lesson and tutor logs. Only writing the links for a math textbook or a website you're using isn't an appropriate description. The document also serves to limit the chances of over-reliance on tutorials or outsourced lessons. Remember that your lessons, even with the help of outside resources, should be something you put together. Even in the case when you're working with a website or textbook, every lesson and exercise that you will be doing should be written on your docs. This includes which specific unit or chapter you are working on, the question number and the entire question, the instructions for the question and the problem itself. If one part is dedicated to homework review, test prep, or your own diagnosis, the format stays consistent. Every question that's worked on, as well as all other previously mentioned details, should be still present. This may be copy-pasted from an online source, but how you organize that source information is your role and contributes to the effectiveness of your lesson. If you source from other parties, you must give credit in the document.
下面给大家介绍我们辅导员的课件，给大家作为参考。这位辅导员他负责英语的课程，他挑选了学生喜欢的一本小说《小妇人》来学习。在教这本书的辅导员同时教授了语法、阅读理解，还有写作。
Now we have a few examples. Plural possessive nouns. Possessive nouns are a concise way of showing ownership. For example, instead of writing the luggage of passengers, you can write the passenger's luggage. Most plural nouns end in an S. To form a plural possessive noun from a noun ending in S, you just add an apostrophe after the final S. The referee's whistle, the wolf's behavior, the bully's apology, and the group's effort. Possessive nouns always have an apostrophe. If you add an apostrophe to a noun, make sure you're doing so to show possession. Plural nouns are not possessive, do not need an apostrophe. Decide if the underlined possessive noun is a singular or plural. The old piano's keys were brittle and discolored. The graph's climate data showed some inconsistencies. The fortress's massive doors were made of iron. The soccer team's uniform had a different logo. Write a sentence using the possessive form of each plural noun. The fox's paws flicked in the stream. The studio's light crept into the night. The tomato's skin paints red among the tiles. Change the underlined part of each sentence to include a plural possessive noun. Rewrite the sentence with the new wording. The prey of the seagulls include fish, worms, insects, and reptiles. The seagulls' prey. The mountain of these areas are volcanic. These areas mountains. Write a sentence using the possessive form of each irregular plural noun. Man, woman, and children. Write 2 sentences about something that belongs to something else using irregular plural nouns. Little Woman, Chapter 15. How does Meg feel about the world at the beginning of the chapter? What does Jo wish she could do for her sisters? Why doesn't Meg go for a drive with Lori? What did the telegram say that came to the March's home? Why do they have to write to Aunt March? How does each person try to help Miss March get ready? What does Mr. Brooke do for the family? What did Jo do to contribute to Miss March's travels to go help her husband? Why did she think it was good for her? How did everyone react? What did Jo do in the middle of the night? Who went from bed to bed looking at each girl and kissing each face? Why do you think she did that? Write a paragraph comparing and contrasting two of your favorite book characters. Use a variety of punctuation in the paragraph. Questioning and answering tutor mode.
我们还有第2种教学模式，就是学生上课提出不懂的内容，辅导员从不懂的内容的知识点展开答疑，因材施教。在下面的例子中 ，Sherry 是9年级的学生 ，Max 是11年级的 tutor， 教的学科是数学。上课的时候每次都会有作业，每周上课的时候会进行提问。如果还没有到上课的时间，作业不懂的话，就会给他发邮件提问。Max 就会回邮件写出 formula 进行解答。上课的时候会再次确认是否听懂，如果没有就会再次做讲解，并且做一些类似的题目，比如图片中的。如果听懂，那就做一些9年级的比赛竞题或者别的学校的作业。我们鼓励 tutor 给学生留作业来巩固学习的知识点，这种方式就相当于学生多了一个 after school 的老师，解决了学校的问题，还吸取了新的知识，这种查漏补缺的效果非常好。以上2种教学模式仅供大家参考，辅导员还是要跟学生家长经常商量，来决定教学方式，来找到最能帮助学生提高的方法。
Sherry is a grade 9 student, and Max is a grade 11 tutor. Sherry has homework that she doesn't understand, so she takes a picture of the question and sends it to Max through email. Max sends a response back, explaining the formula and process of the question. Then during class time, Max and Sherry go over the topics that are related to the question, which is exponent laws in algebraic expressions. When Sherry has no homework, she and Max do a Waterloo math questions from the Pascal grade 9 contest. In all, tutors should teach students according to their skill level and help their students with any questions they have.
我们现在来听一下 Tutor David 对于辅导员上课前如何做教学大纲，以及给孩子们上课的经验分享。
Hello, my name is David, and I am a tutor at GSSYA. I am currently tutoring a first grade student, and we have made excellent progress so far.
I wanted to share how I create my lesson plans to help everyone tutored to the best of their abilities. When creating a plan, we must make sure we understand our students' ability to learn and take in information. Also, think of ways to keep them engaged and happy about learning. I recommend learning games for younger students and activities like watching an educational videos or worksheets for other people. Make sure to incorporate a time to take a break and help the student re-engage with the lesson, and remember to time manage well and make sure you are both having fun learning. If a student is having trouble with any particular skill, for example, reading, you can help them develop the skill with practice. Say I have a student who can't read too well, so I'll find a book that's relevant to their level and make them practice reading. And eventually, as they progress, I'll find harder and harder books until they've mastered the skill. Those are just some ways that we can help make our plans better and to tutor better. Thank you.
现在我们来回答一下聊天框里的问题，大家有问题吗？
Now we are going to have the Q&A. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat.
“那没问题，我们就进行下一段。欢迎各位辅导员们都来填一下 GSSYA Be Confident Use Event 的调查问卷。Leader Daniel 是我们这边属下国际象棋俱乐部的主席。接下来我们看一下 Leader Daniel 的分享。
Hi, my name is Daniel, and it is my great honor to share my experience hosting a chess camp during the summer. So as I mentioned, over the course of the summer, I, along with 2 other wonderful tutors, hosted a chess camp in order to help those in the GSSYA community learn about the beauty of chess and chess in general. The result was a highly successful camp, capped off by an in-person tournament on the final day, filled with many memories that will be cherished for a long time. In all, this year's chess camp was one of high success. The motive for creating the camp itself derived from me wanting to utilize my knowledge and give back to the community in some form, which is when I considered making the camp topic about chess. Chess is a highly beneficial extracurricular which can benefit kids and adults alike through logical thinking, planning ahead, and pattern telling recognition. With these various benefits in mind, the hope was that more kids would get to know more about chess and become interested in it. The classes for the camp were designed to try to benefit the students as much as possible. To achieve this, the students' level and understanding of chess had to be measured, done through a skill assessment done on the first day of the camp. Afterwards, the students' areas for improvements and needs were taken into consideration. Customized teaching materials were used to best teach them, including fun example analysis, real interactive puzzles, and breakout rooms to work on a more individual basis. This style of teaching was elected over simply reading teaching slides, which can create a highly boring and monotonous class, which are not suitable for young kids. When creating the camp, considerations to test if the teaching materials were useful for the students were also kept in mind. Hence, at the end of each week, online practices through the form of an online which is a simultaneous exhibition, or online arena was conducted. These practices consisted of students playing against tutors or against each other in full games combined with analysis on the games done by the tutors afterwards. This was multifunctional as it allowed the tutors to understand the progression in skill level of the students and allowed the students to get an extensive breakdown of their mistakes through the analysis done by the tutors. These helped to bring together a fun learning experience packed with many lessons that were beneficial not only to improve chess skill, but also for the in-person chess tournament on the final day. The in-person chess tournament was hosted with many considerations and steps, including picking a convenient, safe, and appropriate venue for the chess event, applying for a permit to be granted access to the venue, making attractive promotional posters and sharing them as early as possible, distributing volunteer jobs based on the volunteer's chess experience and background. All volunteers also met regularly during the whole preparation process to keep everyone informed and updated. Out of everything discussed in those meetings, the most important point was to always be helpful and supportive when someone needs backup. Always here for you. Communicating between the management team and volunteers in order for everyone to be up to date with any new information was also a crucial part of the preparation process. In all, it was a great honor to host the chess camp and organize the chess tournament. I'm happy to see many kids who really enjoy chess, and who knows, maybe this is the start of their chess career. Nonetheless, I believe they will be successful in the near future and beyond. Thank you very much, GSSYA.
Leader Luke。Leader Daniel 这次暑假国际象棋的活动非常成功，受到学员的热烈欢迎。在学员的强烈要求下 ，Fall Session 成立了象棋俱乐部。他在视频中提到了15天的国际象棋暑假夏令营的前期准备工作非常重要，课程大纲也非常重要。辅导员挑选了线下比赛的选址，会直接影响到这次夏令营的成功与否。为此 ，Daniel 等义工团队花费了大量的时间和精力，细致周到的做好了前期工作，这点非常我们值得学习。学生沟通非常重要，也请在座的辅导员们多和学生家长交流，了解学生的弱点在哪里，了解家长的需求在哪里，真正的做到了1对1教学，因材施教。作为辅导员，如何想尽办法激发学生们的学习兴趣，采用多样化的方式提高教学的趣味，在这方面 Daniel 以及他的团队完成得非常好。
Daniel is our lead chess tutor of the summer chess camp. He was very successful and received praise from many students and parents because of the immense success and requests for more chess education. Daniel and Co.'s chess camp has received a new GSSYA chess club has been established. Daniel said that preparation for the camp was extremely important, and creating a model of what will be taught was the factor that decided their success. Daniel and Co. put a lot of effort and time into these factors, which is a great example of what we as tutors should do.
下面就到家长分享。
Parent appreciations.
Hello, everyone. My name is Xi. I am a parent of a GSSYA student. When I first found GSSYA, I had one major concern. Could high school student teachers actually teach students well without any experience or teaching education? I decided to give it a try and enrolled my child in one of the classes. I sat beside my child during the class and was pleased to see that the tutor was quite capable of teaching students younger than him. In fact, the tutors were able to connect to their students better because they were kids too, and had went through the same experiences. The tutors were also able to create relationships with their students, understanding them better than their teachers. The tutors were also more open-minded, free from the curriculum requirements and deadlines. The kids also have ways to communicate with their tutor, which also makes it less daunting to ask for help. My children have benefited from these classes, and I'm extremely thankful towards all the tutors and staff at GSSYA. I hope that this organization will continue to help many, many students. Thank you.
这是我们青少年互助联盟的社交媒体，欢迎大家关注。
This is our social media.
到最后，就到了我们的征文颁奖仪式。
Now we are on our last chapter, rating and awarding moments.
这次获奖的 tutor 们有 Eric、Natasha、Ryan and Zoe。Certificate 证书和我们最后的奖金都会发到各位学生的 e-transfer 上，所以请大家，请那4位学生把他们的 e-transfer 的 email 留给我们 GSSYA。现在大家还有提问吗？
Now, if any people have any more questions, feel free to type them in the chat.
好，为了进一步提高教学质量 ，GSSYA 制定了以下奖罚制度。对于优秀的辅导员们，会给予他荣誉，把他作为榜样，把他的信息放到 GSSYA 的网站上。今年，优秀辅导员还有机会参加明年为期1周的活动，去 Edmonton, Alberta 游学，活动丰富多彩，包吃包玩包住。
Commend and penalize. Commend. As an honor, the tutors have a chance to be listed on our web. The next year, March break, we'll elect an outstanding tutor to go on a free trip around 5 to 7 days to Edmonton, Alberta.
现在到了惩罚，没请假不来上课，这是对学生和义工的不尊重。按照 GSSYA 规定，会给予处罚，甚至取消上课资格，也会上 GSSYA 的黑名单。
If they miss the class without notice, the tutor has to pay a fine or get expelled from GSSYA. Leaders will check the class if not qualified. The class will be cancelled.
非常感谢所有来参加我们这次会议的辅导员和家长。
Thank you for listening. Have a good night.
2位主持人啊 ，Angela 和小娜雅，2位美女啊，今天非常好，完成了我们今天的这个training啊。那大家看一下我们的 tutor 还有什么 question 可以在这个我们留言区里头留言，我们会一一解答。关于刚刚的我们 share 的这个 survey 的 link 在这个 Zoom chat 里头有，那我们希望所有的tutor 都能够填一下。Yes, Angela, would you please translate for me?
Sure. So 是翻译成英文吗？
对
，So everyone who participated in this meeting can fill in the tutor log and count as the volunteer hours. And if anyone has any more questions, feel free to ask. And the link, we will put it in the chat box.
And also, would you please fill the survey? So the link is still in the Zoom chat. Thank you. And also all the today's slide and also our training content will be on our YouTube. So please follow our YouTuber and also our social media. We have a lot of information share with our tutor, and in our GSSYA, we would like our tutor would share experience and learn from each other and support each other. So Angela, would you please go back to the page for all our GSSYA social media? Yes, please our meeting tutor, please follow our social medias. So yeah, we have the Facebook, and we have the Twitter and the Instagram, and also we have the website. The website is just as we all register for our application, and also please follow our YouTube channel. And in our YouTube channel, we have a lot of information. Like this summer, we have 15 days chess training. We all have the uploaded training content. And also, please follow our, if you have WeChat, you can follow our WeChat. And also our Red Book if you use this app. So thank you very much for your joining today's training, and thank you very much for Angela and Shania, and also thank you our leader team. Thank you Tony, Alex, and Kathleen, and also our volunteer parents Jiaxi. With your help, we had finish today's training very well, and thank you. And if you have any question, please you can stay under here, and also you can leave the yes, I saw the one of tutor said, what's the link put in the hours? Yes, you can put the link just as said the we saw that before. Ask put the survey. Yes, for this survey link, you can put in our tutor log, or you can take a picture here. So we share on our join tutor names Zoom there. So you can take a picture as the documents submitted in the tutor log. What's the date of fall session? Yes, our fall session is started from September to December. And where is the link to attendance form? Oh, we have the Zoom link. It's the tutor log link. Is there Alex or Tony? Would you please put the tutor log link in the Zoom chat, please?
Okay, I will.
Thank you. Yes, welcome. If you have any question, please feel free to put it in the Zoom chat, and we will answer one by one. And as I experienced, our tutoring at the beginning of every session, the new tutor, and compare with the finish the session, and all the tutor is really get express surprise progress. So we all enjoy the tutoring and get the tutor experience. Thank you very much, Tony, for the link. And if there is no question, so we finish our tutoring. Thank you again for everyone come here and enjoy our fall session tutoring, and looking forward to see you next March break. Yes, next March break, we will offer for the outstanding tutor. So if you like to join the trip, and you can apply, and we will choose the outstanding tutor, and all the trip to the Edmonton is free to all the tutor, and we will including all the flight fee and also the all the spend is included. So it's a bonus to thank you all our tutor and also share our experience. Erica, it will be sent email to you. And so for other things. Yes, Jason, the class started for the fall session in the September. So it's already started. But if you like to join us, you can email to us and we can try to match the new student for you. Yes, if there is no other question, and thank you very much. And also we'll finish today's tutoring. Looking forward to see you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.